Welcome to the latest console loop, and here are the leading video game topics. The Genshin Impact developers are facing a data breach, and The Witcher Remake has been announced. The developers of Genshin Impact are going through a huge data breach. Up to 9 months of information may have leaked, which includes future characters, quests, and events. If you try posting any of these details, you can expect a DMCA strike against your post. Personal information of the studio's employees have also leaked, which led to some deleting all of their tweets related to the leaks. For those in Japan looking forward to Callisto Protocol, you have to find another way to experience the new horror shooter. Since the developer determined the game would not pass the CERO rating without changing content, the decision was made to abandon releasing in the country. Everyone who pre-ordered theirs should be expecting a refund. With games like Doom and Resident Evil releasing in Japan, I wonder what's in the game that's too much to pass the rating. PlayStation's London studio has announced a new game is in the works. It will be a co-op combat game set in a fantasy London built exclusively for PS5. Their previous game was the PS4 VR title, Blood and Truth. It was also revealed that the new game will be using the Soho engine. It was reported last year that Sony registered the Soho engine trademark, and many thought it had something to do with London Studios, since their previous studio name was Team Soho. Rocksteady Studios co-founders Sefton Hill and Jamie Walker have announced they're leaving the studio near the end of 2022. In the past, they have helped create the Batman Arkham games, and more recently Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which is set for release in spring 2023. After their departure, one of the original founding members, Nathan Burlow, will take over the role of studio director. When the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Anniversary Edition released on Switch last month, many were disappointed with its frame rate that could drop into the low 20 FPS range in certain areas. We have good news for any of those players. The latest patch seems to have fixed most of the issues, and the frame rate now runs at a locked 30 FPS. Did you know a Skyrim NPC is named after a fan who passed away? The fan was called Eric West, and he visited the developer as part of a Make-A-Wish. The 18-year-old apparently impressed him so much with his knowledge of Elder Scrolls Oblivion that they decided to include him in Skyrim. While he did end up passing away before the game's release, during his visit they allowed him to play an early build of the game for over an hour. Eric the Slayer will forever live on in Skyrim. Bayonetta 3 releases on Nintendo Switch tomorrow, and it will have a Day 1 patch. The update will add leaderboards in a naive angel mode. You can activate the new mode on the screen display options, and it will reduce the amount of violence and sexual content. The game will also receive some balancing and other adjustments to improve the gameplay experience. In a recent interview, Phil Spencer has said Xbox Game Pass growth is slowing. He believes they are reaching a point where everyone on the console is interested in the service is already subscribed. He also said that the PC version of Game Pass is experiencing incredible growth. The Xbox boss Phil Spencer in the same interview mentioned previously has suggested that prices for consoles, games, and Game Pass may increase at some point in the future. He said that they've held the prices on consoles, games, and even their subscription services, but it can't be done forever. It was also mentioned that since we're about to go into the holiday season, it was important to maintain the current prices. It does not look good for physical purchases of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. According to a person on Twitter, the PS5 disc only holds 72 megabytes of data, which isn't even 1% of the actual file size required to play. If you don't have internet or data limits, don't bother buying this game on disc. Infinity Ward has just released the patch notes for Modern Warfare 2's launch. The most notable changes were reduced lobby disbandment between matches, diamond icons will now be over enemy heads, the range you'll hear footsteps has been reduced, and third-person mode will now stay in third-person perspective for low zoom optics. I'm planning on playing this game at launch, so expect some Call of Duty footage hitting our channel this week. The Witcher's official Twitter account has announced that together with developer Fool's Theory, they are making a remake of the original Witcher in Unreal Engine 5. Fool's Theory has developed action role-playing games 7 Enhanced Edition and 7 Drowned Pass in the past. That's the end of the loop. Tune in tomorrow for the next console loop.